All right, everybody. Hello, hello.
Let me switch my light out.
Just waiting for some peeps to get on.
Yep. All right, I'm in.
All right. So wheat. I know there's supposed to be a good amount of people on. So, and I don't know, does the viewer thing typically, is it typically accurate? Oh. Brian, do you go by that, by the viewers? Hey guys, if you're all just hopping on. You there, Brian? Gotta love Google. Hey guys, if you're just hopping on, we're just having some technical difficulties.
Yo, you can't hear me, can you?
No, are you I can't tell if you're frozen or what.
Okay, let me hop out. I'll hop back in.
Okay. Hey guys, if you're just hopping on, we're just having some technical difficulties with Brian getting his audio to work. But welcome to the Hangout, and let's see. Let's see here. I wonder if some people are having some trouble here. Hey Brian, so I think some people are having a problem grabbing the link. Let's find out. Copy. Let's go to.
Can you hear me now, Jen?
Yeah, there you are.
Boom. I'm here. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Gotta love Google, right? Google's my favorite.
Oh, yeah, I love it. So the viewers should get the YouTube link, I believe, from the event page. They can grab the YouTube link, and that's where they can view live from.
Okay, so let me grab that because that, so I want to send them the YouTube link now?
Yes, they need to watch from the YouTube link. That's just easiest.
So okay, let me.
On the events page, on the right-hand column, it'll say details. Yep, and the YouTube link. That's where they should check in from.
Okay, let's just post that.
The week.
Perfect. So awesome. Well, for those of you who are on, welcome. Thank you for your patience. We're really excited that you're here tonight because we are going to be covering some big aha moments for some of you that may not realize. And you know, my kids are in the background. That's what we do, right? So, so I'm really excited that we can cover some of the social media strategies that you may be using on a daily basis to really, you know, to build your business, but it may actually be hindering your business. You know, I see it on a daily basis. It's probably some of the 3 reasons why the majority of people do struggle in building, you know, a network marketing business. So, you know, I wanted to invite Brian on. Brian is a dear friend of mine who I've been working with for a while, and he's a social media expert. He has built up empires. He knows the inner workings of social media like no other, and you know, working with him on some of the stuff that some of the projects he's been delving into, I've really just have been learning so much myself from him. And so every time I learn from somebody, I always love to share that with other people, because that's what this is all about, is people helping people. And no matter what industry or company we're with, you know, I think if we all work together, we're all going to succeed together. So with that being said, I'm going to continue to invite people on. I think everybody, I must have sent out not the correct link, so I'm going to be adding that to people, and people will be jumping on. But Brian, feel free to take it away, my friend.
Very cool. Can you hear me okay, Jen?
I can, loud and clear.
Awesome, awesome. I absolutely love technology, first of all, even when it doesn't work correctly. Someone like myself, I know you, Jen, as well, have used technology for quite some time now, but hey, even the experts can have a couple of hiccups every now and then, right? That's how technology rolls. But hey, I'm super excited about tonight, Tuesday night, February 2nd. It's a little after 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're out here in Fort Worth, Texas. Just super, super excited that Jen has put this together for each and every one of you guys. And I'm really excited to just get on here, introduce myself. I'm going to share a little bit more about my story briefly, but most importantly, here to just drop some value for you guys, here to help you grow your business and leverage social media to its fullest, right? I think that social media can be such an amazing thing. I'm a big fan of Facebook, but I know folks are out there using Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram and Snapchat, and I mean, Periscope. We could go down the list of all the different platforms. But tonight specifically, I think a lot of the things we'll talk about really pertain to Facebook. That's really my personal expertise, and I've got lots and lots of nuggets to share with you. As Jen has said already, in the title of the hangout tonight is really, you know, the 3 tips to help you from sabotaging your business on social media. So why don't I do this? Let me jump into my story just briefly, so that those who don't know me can get a little bit more background, a little bit more history on who is this guy that's over there with this desk and this board and this microphone behind him talking about what to do on social media. Why should we listen to him, right? So let me start with this. My wife and I, we've been in the network marketing profession for about 8.5 years now. We absolutely failed and struggled for our first 4 years. We absolutely were just hitting our heads against the wall. We couldn't figure this thing out. We built an organization, I think, of about 50 people. That's 50 people over that course of about 4.5 years. And at that end of that 4-year mark, I think I had 1 person on auto ship, I think. So, we had it going on, right? Probably not, right? So most people are probably getting a chuckle out of that one. So we were doing everything wrong, right? Even Jen's laughing now. I see Jen's over there smiling, right? I got you to start laughing. So yeah, there she goes, right? So we were doing everything wrong, but check this out. I don't know why, but for 4 years, I just kept pounding my head against the wall saying, hey, somehow this has got to work. I know some friends that are having success. My leader, my mentors, they're having success. Why am I not? I'm just going to keep going. Well, it took me 4 years to look myself in the mirror and understand that what I was doing was not working, and that I needed to take a step back and change some things. So let's fast forward the tape. After those 4 years, I took about a 6-month hiatus, and I started to dive into social media, right? Because pretty much at that point, 4 years into network marketing with the same company, I pretty much burnt out my family, my friends, anybody close to me at work, church friends, whatever it was. When they saw me walk in a room, they ran the other way. You might be able to relate to some of the things I'm saying right now, right? People are just like, oh no, they're just going to talk about that product or that business again. I'm going to try to avoid that conversation with Brian, right? You might feel that way. So I took a step back. I dove into social media. I really was intrigued by Facebook, and the amount of attention that it was getting. I didn't see a whole lot of networking and you know, and things like that on social media. And I said, there's got to be a way, since I've already burned out my warm market list. I says, I've got to start finding where more people are. I've got to learn how to connect with more people. So I took a step back. I bought a couple of courses myself. I invested in myself. I started attending some live events outside of my company. I started plugging into different types of training, and I really started to work on me, right? That's when the light bulb started to go off for me. I started investing in myself, understanding that I had to master and learn new skill sets, because what I was doing the previous 4 years obviously wasn't working, right? Okay, so you know, I had to change some things up. I had to look at it from a different perspective. I had to invest in me, myself, right? So that I could become a better person, I could become a leader, and then I could then lead others, right? So quickly, I started diving into social media a little bit more as my daughter is bringing me in some water. Oh, I love you, darling. You want to come say hi real quick? Come say hi to everybody. Say hi there. All right. Thank you, sweetie. Love you. All right, got some water. Can you hear me still, Jen?
Yeah, I can. She's so cute. I'm muted because my kids are screaming in the background, so you're good.
It's all good. I've got 3 little ones. I'm going to get into that here in a second too. Part of my story, I guess, obviously. So let me break there. So we're at the 4-year mark. I take a step back, and you know, I find social media. So what ends up happening for the next 6 months? I start diving in, doing some social media stuff myself. Really start to figure this thing out, and I'm going to keep the rest of the story really short for you. The next 4 years, we absolutely dominated not only the profession, the company we were in. We were doing so many great things. We ended up sponsoring over the next couple of years. We sponsored hundreds of folks. Personally, we built an organization, almost 3,000 folks. And this came from someone that failed for 4 years, but I never quit. I didn't give up. I kept you know, my dreams, my goals were big. I had a vision in mind, and I knew it worked. I just had to figure out how to work it. And so I have found social media to be an amazing platform when used correctly. And that's what I'm excited to teach each and every one of you guys on here that's tuning into this live, or maybe even watching the replay tonight, about 3 things that I want to encourage you to not do or stop doing immediately, because it's hindering your business in a negative fashion. Let me say one more thing, Jen. I'm going to kick it back to you just for a second to check in on you. A little bit more about who we are. Maybe I should have started with this. My name, Brian Fryer, obviously. My wife, Danny. We live here in Fort Worth, Texas. I grew up Southern California. I'm a SoCal guy. Actually, we've only lived in Texas for about 4.5, 5 years now. We've got 3 beautiful kids, 2 girls, ages 7 and 3, and our baby boy is just turned 1. So needless to say, to put my story and what I just shared with you all together, it was when my wife became pregnant with our first child is when we found the network marketing profession and thought that this could be the vehicle, because I was then working in the oil fields. I've got a professional baseball background as well. We'll talk about that on another hangout. But I was someone who was working 60 to 80-hour weeks and was open to the idea of having more time freedom to spend with my kids as we started our family. So, hey, with that, Jen, I've just gotten to share a little bit about me, my story, where I came from. Why on earth should anybody listen to me about what I'm about to share? And I'm ready to rock and roll. What about you?
Let's do it. I'm ready. We've only had 1 injury so far over here.
What?
I've only had 1 injury over here so far since you've been talking, so we're ready.
Hey, that's all good. That's all good. All right. Well, hey, let's do this then. If Jen, you don't have nothing else you want to share on that, then maybe we can just dive right into my 3 tips that I want to share with your viewers tonight.
It's your world tonight. We're living in it, so we're ready to soak up the goodness.
Hey. You'll know about me. Obviously, you know me pretty well now. Pretty humble guy. I'm just thrilled at the opportunity to be welcomed as a guest, first of all, on this hangout, and to be able to speak into those who are watching this live, or maybe even watching the replay, and just give you some wisdom, give you some nuggets, you know, and share a little bit about what's going on in my head. Obviously, If you can't tell already, I'm super, super passionate about sharing information, giving value. And my whole thing here is to help network marketers, affiliate marketers, entrepreneurs, whatever it is. My whole thing here is to help you shorten the learning curve on social media. That's my whole goal, my whole vision, right? Because the last thing I want anybody else to do in our profession is take 4 years to figure it out, especially trying to do it on social media, right? And let's be honest, our generation, right? More and more people are looking to the internet and social media to assist in growing their business. Because I'm going to be honest with you again, is that I was one that didn't want to go out and do 5 meetings every single week away from my kids. That's not how I wanted to build my business. And I know many folks that are probably tuning in, listening to this, are probably thinking the same thing. Now, I'm not saying that one-on-ones, home meetings are bad. Those are still great. They're phenomenal. But hey, you know, if I only had to do 1 a week instead of 5, hey, that'd be great, right? If I could utilize social media to grow my business in other ways, that would be awesome. And that's where we have landed a few years later here. So let's dive into the, as my 2 little ones are now tuning in here live. They're watching Dad live on the video, right? They're getting a kick out of this. So let's dive into tonight. I want to share with you 3 tips to help you from sabotaging your business on social media. Let's go. Let's start with number 1. You may or may not have heard this said before, right? Okay, but I'm really going to hammer this down right now. And this is a lot of what I teach my clients, those folks that they're going to be plugging into my course. I'm really excited. I'm launching next week. We'll talk about more of that at a different time. But hey, first and foremost, the number 1 tip I want to share with you, the first of the 3, is this, is the number 1 thing that's sabotaging your business right now on social media is plastering the name of your company and your products all over your Facebook profile, all over your page, all the posts you're making about how great your product is and how awesome your business opportunity is and how your mentor, your leader is making millions. It's great, right? This is one thing that's been super, super, you know, near and dear to my heart, because this is something that I did personally when I first started, my first 6 to 9 months, right? It was really, really tough for me to figure out, why is nobody responding? Whatever company you're in, I know there's a ton of great companies out there. They've got phenomenal products. Their comp plans are probably through the roof. I know there's lots of great things about many different companies, but I'm going to be honest with you, okay? This might seem, right, I'm transparent, I'm real, I'm honest. Here's the truth, okay, guys, is your friends and your followers do not care. They don't care. They don't care how much money is in your comp plan. They don't care. They don't care how good your product is. Okay? They don't care before you even make your first post. They don't care, right? And I hope that this doesn't, I don't think this is going to offend anybody. I think a lot of you guys are probably saying, wow, Brian, just speak it. Tell me how it is. Because that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm here for, right? They don't care about your product or your comp plan or your opportunity. They just don't. So now you're probably thinking, well, Brian, what are we supposed to do then, right? Facebook is this great platform. How the heck are we supposed to share our business or our products? Well, I want you to take a step back, okay, and think about, what is Facebook and social media platforms used for? What are they used for, right? Okay, they're used for leisure, right? They're used for fun. What do people go on to Facebook for? They go on there for fun, to see what Sally Joe's doing, or to see what trip that Jen Johnson went on last week, or to see, you know, what's going on over here. That's what they're there for. They're there for leisure. Just check in so that they know mentally what Jen's doing today or yesterday or last week, or to know what Brian's up to and what him and his family are doing. That's what people are on social media, especially Facebook. That's what they're on there for. So what is Facebook for? It's for leisure. It's for connecting. And it's for building relationships. That's it, right? That's what 99% of the users on Facebook are on there for. So as a network marketer, as an affiliate marketer, as an internet marketer, whatever it is you're doing or promoting, okay, if you can grasp this concept and understand that your friends and your followers, this is nothing against you, it's nothing against them, it's just the reality is they don't care about how good your products are. They don't care how good your comp plan, how much money you're making. They just don't care, right? Let's just be honest, okay? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I think that's a song, isn't it? Jen Silent, she says yes, right? Okay, so
Multiple songs.
I think I even made a post about that recently, and I used that as a hashtag, and I posted it. And then I was in the office when I posted it. I literally walk out of the office, and my wife's in the kitchen, and she somehow must have saw it. Maybe she was on her phone on Facebook in the kitchen, because when I walked out, she's giving me that look like, did you seriously just post that with that hashtag? I'm like, hey, I don't know what I was doing. I was just trying to be funny, right? So anyways, right? So not, posting your company name or your products all over Facebook is sabotaging your business. And I'm going to assume, I'm going to go out on a limb right here, okay? I don't care what stage you are in this conversation. Maybe you're someone who has been doing this and you're not getting results. Maybe you're someone who's thinking about posting your products and opportunity all over Facebook, right? I hope this message and information is going to resonate with you, because here's what I want to share, and you guys would probably agree of, today is a new day, right? What you're learning right now, you can start brand new, fresh, as soon as this is over, as soon as you're done watching it, tomorrow, whatever it is, it's a new day, right? It's a new day. So what I'm teaching you now, just start implementing it now. I promise you're going to start seeing a different level of interaction and participation with what it is you're doing, okay? So I'm going to assume, I want to talk to those who may have been doing it this way and are not getting the response that you'd like, right? Maybe you've been posting about your products for a little while. Maybe you've been posting about how good your company is for a little while, and you're not getting the response that you were hoping for. Most people, I'm gonna be honest again, most people end up just quitting and say, well, this company doesn't work. I posted my products and business on my Facebook page for the last 2 weeks every day, and nobody said anything. I didn't sign up one person. This thing definitely doesn't work. My whole theology on this is no, you need to change your approach. I promise you the network marketing model works, and it works beautifully if you work it correctly, especially on social media. Okay, I want to leave you with this last thought on this number one of our 3 tips, and that is, I want you to think about it like this. Facebook, social media has only one goal. You as a business owner, you only have one goal on social media, and that is to pique curiosity. That is to gauge interest in a positive manner, right? Okay. Here's a phrase for you. If you've got a pen and paper, you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. Okay, I want you to write this down. Maybe you're someone who has been posting about your products, even if it's just maybe once a day, maybe it's 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. I know people who do it 5 to 10 times a day. It drives me nuts, right? I just want to shake them like this. But hey, they're learning, right? They have to be open to learn how to do it correctly. But I want you to write down exactly what I'm about to say. Are you ready? Okay, all you guys are watching, I want you to write this down. Okay, in parentheses, right? Or I'm sorry, in quotations, I want you to write your name, right? So if I'm writing this down, right, I would write Brian, and then I want you to put a comma, right? And then I want you to write, stop giving away the cookie, right? You guys are probably laughing now, right? What's Brian talking about cookies for, right? Okay, I'm referring to, and then end quotation, right? So your name, Brian, stop giving away the cookie. What do I mean by this? Okay, I want you to understand social media is about piquing interest. When I say stop giving away the cookie, I'm speaking of your product information. I'm speaking of that 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 minute video you like sharing with prospects. I'm talking about the name of your company. I'm talking about the name of your product. Stop giving away the cookie. Why do I say that? This is my last thought on this, and we'll see how everybody's doing out there, right? Okay, is once you give away the cookie on social media, your friends are 10 times more likely to not reach out to you and ask you for more information. Isn't that the idea? Isn't that the concept of network marketing, affiliate marketing, internet marketing? Connect with people, talk to people, share with them your product, business opportunity, whatever it is, right? Okay. When you just blatantly give away the cookie, guess what? Your friends, your followers, your cold market prospects, whatever, they no longer need to reach out to you. You can eliminate the conversation. This is why nobody's reaching out to you. Here's what they're going to do. They're going to take the name of your company. They're going to take the name of your product. They're going to take all that stuff, and they're going to take their happy little you-know-what on over to Google, right? And they're going to type it into Google. You and I both know, right? Jen's nodding her head. We all know what they're going to find. Network marketing, internet marketing, affiliate marketing, it's got this stigma. I don't know why. It's just from those who don't understand the model, right? But there's this stigma. There's probably a bunch of junk, right? Let's talk about a product real quick, right? You got a cool product. You put the name of your product on there, your bottle. It's all cool. It's this new weight loss deal or this new magic cream, whatever it is, right? Okay. You post a picture of it. Guess what? Okay. Your friends are actually going over to Google. They're typing that into Google search bar. Magic face cream, weight loss magic pill, whatever it is, or it doesn't matter. What comes up? The information about the product. Next thing you know, now they see the name of the company, right? Now they Google the company, then they understand and see that it's a network marketing company, right? They're starting to put two and two together, and then all of a sudden, whoa, okay, I get it. This is your follower talking, your friend. They're thinking to themselves, okay, I get it. So she's selling this product, part of a network marketing company. Now it's all coming back full circle. Brian Fryer or Jen Johnson is part of one of those pyramid deals. Nope, not interested. Just like that, you just lost a prospect. And here's the worst part is you didn't even know that they were remotely interested. Why? Because you gave away the cookie. You allowed them to go do their own homework and research without actually talking and connecting with you via Facebook message, one-on-one for coffee, your next home meeting, whatever it may be, right? Okay, so I hope you guys got some value from that first one. Jen, I'm going to take a drink of water. What are you getting so far? Any value from this?
Oh, for sure. And the one thing too to stress is that if you have been doing this, it's okay, because we've all been there. As Brian was saying, he used to do it. I used to do it. Because this is the most obvious thing that you would think to do when you get started in your business is you go out and start promoting the product. However, network marketing is so different from traditional advertising. So you really have to start coming from a place of personal touch and giving people the personal, as one of my mentors was saying the other night, being that corner store market person and everybody knows who the owner is. You want to be that person that people go to when they need something and they know what you have to offer. So it's okay. It's an evolution, to start learning how to encompass this new concept of attraction marketing and how to not shove it down people's throats. And the key is always to keep eyes on you. And what happens is when you start posting links and start posting other things, when you give people the opportunity to click on that, it takes them away from you. And now they could end up on Google and find a completely different distributor and go sign up and forget that they ever even saw it on your page to begin with. So you always want to be directing people to another place, which is why, off another topic, but why a blog is so great, because it gives you a home where you can always direct people to. So you always want to have like a hub where people can always know where to find you and not get distracted with other things going on in the social media world. That's it.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. High five, girl. That was awesome. I think, and I'm just going to go off of, key off of what you just shared. And I think the most important thing for your friends, viewers that are, maybe even folks that don't know you or I that are tuning in and watching this video at a later time, is that you and I, we both did this. We both did it wrong. We've been there. We've done that. We learn from our mistakes. And the biggest thing to take away is that it might have taken me, 12 months to figure out. I don't know how long it took you, but our goal, the intention is to help everyone tuning in and watching this to shorten that learning curve so that you don't keep doing those things, right? So that you put an end to it now, and tonight or tomorrow is a new day, right? And that you start understanding how to do this correctly. So great stuff right there. Love it.
And another thing too, another analogy, I guess, because you talk about giving away the cookie. So another way to think of it too is think about when you watch a movie trailer on TV. If they were to give you the ending of the movie, why would you go see the movie? So you always want to be piquing that curiosity, because if you're putting it out there, kind of teasing people with it, kind of, creating some curiosity, people are going to just straight up, people always, they're nosy. Like they want to know, well, what is that? What is that you're using? What trip did you go on? How did you win that free trip? How did you get to go on that cruise? So if you're just showing people this lifestyle that you're able to create, they're going to finally ask you, what the heck do you do? Then it's a time for you to, now it's an open, they're asking you, you're not having to hunt anybody down. So it's a beautiful thing.
It is an absolutely beautiful thing. I love it. Great wisdom. Love it. I don't think I've ever heard that analogy. I like it. I think we need to use that some more. Let's do it. Hey, what do you say, Jen? Should we jump into the second tip tonight to help others from sabotaging their business on social media? What do you think?
Amen. Let's do it.
All right, let's do this. Hey, again, I want to reiterate that everything that we're teaching here tonight, everything we're doing, I hope you're taking notes. Maybe you're watching the replay. I hope that you're taking notes, or I hope that obviously this is going to be recorded, and so you're going to have access to it, and you can watch it whenever you want. Watch it again, watch it a third time. If you do tune into this video at a later time, tag some people in the comments below this video on YouTube so that some of your teammates could get this value also. This is just free value information, so we know they will benefit just as much as you will. So let's dive into number 2. And this is kind of a funny one. As I was putting together some notes on some things that I wanted to share tonight and just cover just some basic stuff. I don't want to get too in-depth and too crazy and overwhelm folks, but I think that everyone would agree with me when I say that a lot of folks now are looking to social media almost in terms of desperation. So the second tip we're going to talk about is sounding desperate on social media, and how your friends, your followers, other leaders in your company, leaders in other companies, maybe if you're friends with, can instantly pick up on and see right away, right? If you're coming from a place of desperation. I want to give you guys a few examples, if you will, right? Okay, I know there's a lot of different things going on right now. I don't condone with the way certain companies are teaching and marketing. That's probably why a lot of those individuals in many different companies are coming to me for private coaching or plugging into the information that I'm providing, is because they know, look, the companies are great. There's a slew of great companies out there. Again, I'm 110% backer of this profession. I am. I love it with all my heart and soul. But I don't believe that network marketing companies in general dive into depth as much as they could or should about how to market correctly on social media, right? So that's where Jen and myself come in as the experts in this niche, as resources for each and every one of you to plug into, to continue getting value from, so you can continue to shorten this learning curve, right? Okay, I want to ask, and we don't have a chat box, I don't think, so we can just maybe get feedback. Maybe if I ask you this question, just leave a comment, below the video. I'd love for you guys to interact somewhat, so that Jen maybe can keep up with that later. Have you ever used yourself, or have you seen others in different network marketing companies come off with the approach of something like, "Can you do me a favor?" Structuring their post in such a way, right? There's one in particular I want to talk about that I know is kind of going around here, and I'm going to be honest with you, more and more network marketers on social media are starting to think, hey, that's a cool idea. Maybe I should try that. And then next thing you know, they're plastering this all over the wall. It's illegal, by the way, what I'm about to share with you. Jen's already shaking her head like she knows what I'm going to say. Is can you do me a favor? Would you allow me to post my business opportunity or product on your page in exchange for a free sample, or in exchange for something, or just maybe just be nice and just let me post on your wall, so that all of your friends and your followers can see that I love this product, that I've got the best compensation plan in network marketing, and that they all need to join me, right? I don't know if you understand this or not. I hope you do, but this is coming from a place of desperation, right? Okay, to me, this is coming from a place of desperation. That to me simply says this. That tells me, someone who's experienced in this field, says or thinks that, hey, this person, first of all, is probably not marketing correctly on their own social media channels, on their own Facebook, right? And I do not believe it is their fault. I want to make this clear. Maybe that's you. It's not your fault. My thing is maybe you just have not been educated. And again, that's why me and Jen are here to help you shorten this learning curve, right? Okay, so for me though, when I see that, my first thing is, well, they're not getting any results on their regular profiles or their Facebook fan page. They're not getting any results. Why do I know that? Because they're saying in a different way, they're saying none of my friends are responding to what I'm posting and stuff. So do you mind if I hit up your friends? You're not in my business, right? But you're going to allow me, because I'm going to give you a free sample of my product. You're going to allow me to pitch this to your friends. I promise you're going to burn more bridges a lot faster, and you're going to end up quitting a lot sooner, or maybe changing companies, or just saying this whole thing doesn't work. Here's what I want you to start thinking about when you post on social media, when you take the approach on Facebook, and coming from a place of desperation, is people are going to what? What are people on Facebook for? They're on there for leisure, for fun. When they see your post, right? What are they going to feel for you now? They're going to feel bad for you. They're going to feel bad for you. You're coming from a place of desperation. So how can you instantly show everyone through your social media channels that you're probably not leader material, right? You're probably not someone that they want to follow, join, or even become a leader themselves, right? They're going to feel bad for you if you come from a place of desperation. Hey, they might feel so bad for you that they buy one of your products, sure, but is that what you want? Would you want a quick sale, someone feeling bad for you? Or would you rather someone come from a different place, someone who's motivated, inspired by you, what you're doing, the positivity that's coming from you and your presence on social media, and maybe even, just so maybe they look to you as someone who is a resource in what you're doing, knowledgeable about what it is you're doing, are leadership type material. I'll tell you what, those are the people that are going to want to, how do I phrase this? If you portray yourself in that way, that's what's going to attract more people to you. You're not going to attract anyone to you if you're coming from a place of desperation. So my quick advice on this is, whether this is your first day in your company, whether you've been in it for a year and you haven't seen any success, whether you've been in it for 2 or 3 years and you've seen some success, maybe you're a 6 or 7 figure earner tuning into this and you just want to be able to utilize social media. I don't know, right? Many different walks of life. This information is going to benefit you. Do not come from a place of desperation. Come from a place of leadership. Again, even if you just sign up in your very first company today, assume you're a leader in the company. Not arrogant, right? But positive, motivating, uplifting, inspiring, and willing to help other people, right? Okay. One more point on that. I'll kick it back to Jen for thoughts, and we'll jump into number 3. Is by taking this approach, by not sounding desperate or taking the approach of desperation, even though you may not feel like you are, I promise, I just shared with you what others are thinking. It's not about what you think, it's about what they think, right? Okay, is by taking the approach that I just shared, assuming the position of leadership on day 1. Maybe you've been spamming the heck out of your Facebook following for the last 12 months in your opportunity, and you're just like, gosh dang it, Brian, I heard you and Jen talking tonight. Tomorrow's a new day. I'm going to start new. Guess what? Tomorrow's day 1 of you assuming the leadership position, right? Taking a different approach on social media, becoming the expert. Others looking to you as the resource, okay? Here's what's going to happen. You're going to be seen as an authority in your respected niche a lot faster. What does that mean? That means more and more and more people are going to be interested in what it is you're talking about, in what it is you're a part of, maybe interested in some of the products that you're taking, interested in maybe even partnering with you and building the business. That's how you're going to do that. With that, I'm going to take another drink of water. Jen, what do you got on that tip number 2?
Yeah, so, the other thing I see a lot happening is people will post, I'm looking for 3 to 5 people to join my business this month. And it's like you're on the classifieds in posting, some sort of advertisement for the want ads. And It's not appealing because people again, they don't go onto Facebook to say, I wonder who I can join in their business today and look around like that's what they're there for. And it shows that desperate side of like, we know if you're in network marketing, everybody's looking for people. Like, we know that's not a secret. So it's a mindset shift where, first of all, if you love your product, first of all, you should love your product so much that even if you weren't in business, you would still use that product, because that is where the passion comes from. You really solely truly believe in the product. No matter who joins you, no matter who is a customer, you're going to be using that product no matter what, and you're going to the moon and back and going to take this thing to the top. And it won't matter if someone joins your business or not, because here's the thing, I'm not in the business of convincing. I'm not a convincer. Like, you either see the vision or you don't. I see the vision. So if you see the vision I see, you can come ride with me. If you don't see it, then I'm only looking for people who are looking, the low-hanging fruit, the people with the like-mindedness and all that kind of stuff. So you shouldn't be having to convince anybody of anything. In fact, you should be convincing them they're crazy if they don't get on board. Or you should be convincing them that, you're going to be doing this with or without them, so it doesn't really matter. Like, you want to think of it like a relationship, like a girl, a guy wants the girl that's playing hard to get. That's like, wow, she's like not really giving me the time of day, but she's really cute. I like her. I want to talk to her. And she's just kind of like, yeah. You want to have that attitude, like, hey, this may or may not be for you. I have no idea. But if you see what I see, do you like that over there? Check it out. My daughter climbing. Yeah. So if you see what I see, then let's hit the ground running. But if not, you don't have time to waste convincing people. You have to move on to the next person. Find the people, because if you're convincing from day one, they're never going to work. They're never going to work. They're never going to be that leader, that person, that self-motive, because motivation's internal. So you can't motivate somebody. Like, I tell that to my team all the time. Like, look, I can encourage you, I can support you, but motivation comes from within. Like, you have to force yourself to get up every day and do what you want to do. But if you love what you're doing, you should be excited to get out of bed and do it. That's my 2 cents.
To the men, amen, sister. That's a great point. I always taught and teach our team. Now I'm getting feedback. There we go. I always teach our teams that if you have to convince someone to sign up, well, let's take it back further. If you have to convince someone to take a look at your product or opportunity, and you have to convince them to sign up, you're going to have to convince them to get on auto ship. Then you're going to have to convince them to start coming to your home meetings. And then you're going to have to convince them to start doing their own home meetings. And then you're going to have to convince them to go to your next corporate function. And really? Is that what network marketing is about? No. To me, that sounds like a lot of freaking work. I'm not trying to do that kind of work. I don't know about you guys tuning in. You probably agree saying, Brian, that does sound like a lot of work. What have I been doing, right? Stop convincing, right? Great point, Jen.
But here's the thing. When you stop convincing and you just say, okay, no worries, I'm only looking for people who have the vision. Now you've kind of put in their head like, well, wait, what do they see that I don't see? And then they start doubting themselves. And then they're like, well, maybe I should take a deeper look. And, so there's a lot of psychology that's involved with the way that you talk to people and the way you position yourself. That's going to be a little bit of a reverse psychology to where they actually do want to take a deeper look, because they're like, what do you mean I don't see the vision? Like, what am I missing? And then they'll dive in a little deeper, and maybe it's just a timing thing. Say, hey, maybe it's not your time. I'll follow up with you, and I'll keep you posted on how I'm doing. And maybe down the road, this may be something for you,
Absolutely. Love it. Good stuff. Hey, moving right along. Here we are. I know we started a few minutes late, but we're about probably about 35 minutes in, maybe somewhere around there. But I've got one more tip I want to share tonight, and I'm super excited to share this one. This one is a little bit more in detail, I guess, if you will. I'm going to go a little bit more hardcore. This is maybe a step more advanced. The first 2 things that we've shared tonight are pretty basic. But I think that those are 2 tips that I think that no matter where you're at in your business that you can relate to. And so I think that those are going to be beneficial to you. They're going to be of value, and you're going to be able to implement what Jen and I just talked about, and that you're literally, my expectation is you're going to see that change, that shift in people's participation and interest just in you in general as a person, also in what it is you're posting and sharing almost immediately. I've got many clients. I mean, I've got stories. I mean, I've got one guy, he's client, and we'll just share this real quick. We'll dive into number 3. He's been in network marketing for like 15 years, right? He's been in like 35 different companies. I mean, we're talking about let's talk about worst case scenario, right? Like just bouncing one to one, this doesn't work. Bound one, the next one, this doesn't work. And he came to me and he's like, Brian, I don't know if you're going to be able to help me, but I don't have time to go out and do meetings. I use my social media channel. Facebook really is what I like to use. I'm a small business owner, but I know network marketing can set me free and I can sell my business and just do this and go travel the world, right? He came to me, he's like, Brian, can you help me? But here's the deal. I really just want to do social media. That's all I want to do. I was like, absolutely, I can help you. Let's see what we got, right? Long story short, I'll spare you the long story. For the last 7-8 years, he's been really active on Facebook and pretty much just plastered his business all over the place. So let's think about that for a minute. Let me put it in perspective. 7 or 8 years, I think he's got about 600, 700, 800 friends. 6, 7, 8 years, these friends have just been seeing him go from 30 different companies, and all he's doing is plastering all the products and how much he's all this money that you can make and whatever, all those social media. He says, Brian, I don't know if you can fix what I've done. I says, hey, again, today is a new day. After you learn what I'm about to teach you and you start implementing this tomorrow, I promise you're going to already start to see a different response. Long story short, he's been with me for just 3 or 4 weeks now. Within the first week and a half of him starting to apply some of the content that I was sharing with him, he's got four new customers for his product, and he has 2 new business partners or reps or distributors, whatever you want to call them. 6 people in a week and a half by just tweaking, right? From someone who just came from 8 years of just spamming the heck out of their Facebook wall to changing their approach. He made a decision. And anyways, I just wanted to share that example just because I hope that inspires you, no matter where you're at in your journey. Maybe you're just getting on social media and think that it could be a great thing. Maybe you've been sharing your business or products on social media and you're not getting any response, or maybe maybe you're starting to get a little response. I don't know where you're at in your journey, but I know the information that we're sharing is going to help you, right? Let that story resonate with you. Maybe you can refer to it in your notes, right? You can write that down as a testimony, okay? Let's dive into tip number 3. Shall we, Jen? Thumbs up. Let's rock it, okay? I actually was just cutting a video on my Facebook Live feed shortly before this webinar, and I touched briefly on what I'm about to share with you. This is a little bit more, I would say a step more advanced, but we're going to talk about cold prospecting, your cold market, okay? Why do I want to touch on this? Because I know personally that there are a lot of people out there that feel they have burned through their warm market. Their family, their friends, aunts, uncles, grandmas, they're already all in, or they all said no and they're running from you. And you're maybe looking to social media to meet new people, right? Sign up new customers, enroll new reps into your business. And these are people you've never met before, but there's a couple of billion people on social media, let's talk about Facebook, right? That you could introduce your stuff to, right? Okay, obviously, right? Okay, so you're now putting yourself into the setting of cold prospecting. I want to first teach you what most companies, I wouldn't even say companies, I'm going to teach you what most gurus or trainers or teachers are teaching people. Nothing against them, right? Maybe they've used it in the past, right? But that's the past. I want to teach you what's working in the present, right? Okay. I was recently in my last venture, I was partnered with a 63-year-old guy, #1 income earner on the planet in network marketing, #1 earner, right? But stuck in his ways of teaching a certain way, okay? I want to share and express with you that there is a generational shift happening right now, and what necessarily worked in the past might not work so well now. So what I'm about to share in terms of cold prospecting, using social media as your playground almost, right? Because there's a field of people you can talk to. I promise you, there's people that you're connected to on social media right now that would love to be your customer, that would love to be in business with you. They might live next door to you. They might live in your town. They might live across the country. They might live across the world, but they want to work with you, right? Okay. I want to share a little bit with you on how I'm going to say old timers, maybe. I don't even know if that's right to say that. Is that mean?
Old school.
The old school way to cold prospect somebody. And then I'm going to teach you Brian Fryer, Coach Fryer's new school way to cold prospect. So let's first talk about the old school, right? I like that, Jen. Thanks. Old school. Now I don't feel so like I'm coming from a place of don't do that. That's wrong. But I am, right? Right? So
that's what you claim. Wrong, wrong, wrong.
So you're right. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Right? Let's do it. That's what we're talking about. So what's the wrong way? What way do I which way would I hope that you would not take in terms of cold prospecting? What do most people teach out there today how to cold prospect, right? Is, hey, social media is just a numbers game. This is what they teach. It's just a numbers game. Talk to 10 people a day, reach out to them. Hey, are you open to making an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month? If you are, watch this video. Hey, you seem like a bright person. You seem smart, educated. Hey, would you be open to making a couple extra $1,000 a month if it wouldn't interfere with something you're already doing? Does any of this sound familiar, Jen? Yes, I believe it does.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. This to me is old school. This is cold prospecting people on social media. Maybe you found them in a Facebook group. Maybe you found them on a Facebook page and now you're connected and you haven't even had the chance to talk yet. But a lot of these teachers and trainers are out there just saying, hey, just go cold prospect. It's all about the numbers. Listen, if you say what I just said to 10 people a day, you're going to sign up people. You're going to sign them up. That's what's going to happen. Okay. I want to teach you now, maybe even before I get into the right way, I want to give you a couple more examples, right? Let me give you a couple examples. Has anyone, Jim, maybe even you can even answer this one. Has anyone ever received sales type calls on your cell phone, right? Okay, where you pick up the phone, you think it's your friend over across the country, and it's just like, hey, Brian, if you'd like to earn $2,000 to $5,000 a month, you need to check out, right? Sales calls. If you're on,
I won a trip to the Bahamas the other day. I got a phone call.
That's what I'm talking about. Bahamas. Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So think about these sales calls, right? Okay, the average person, okay, I consider myself to be average. The average person gets super annoyed. As soon as I hear the first word out of their mouth, hang up. I don't want to hear that garbage. They're trying to sell me something, right? So why do I share with you that example? Because this is what it is like when you cold prospect people with that approach on social media. Okay, if there's one thing you learn from tonight is that social media is about building relationships. It's about connecting with people. It's about establishing trust. If you want to cold prospect on social media, I'm sorry, I cannot work with you if you want to take that approach. Why? Because I don't want to sit there and see you get rejected time after time after time, and then maybe in a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months later say, Brian, this doesn't work. Well, of course it doesn't work. Let's talk about your approach. Okay, you cold prospected probably incorrectly, right? Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to now share with you the correct way, the way that I encourage you to start cold prospecting. Because yes, I do feel that you need to cold prospect, right? Okay, you need to continue adding more and more people to your list. I'm not saying not to cold prospect. I encourage it, but in the correct fashion, right? So I want to teach you how I cold prospect, how I've been cold prospecting the last 3 years. That's allowed me to enroll and attract hundreds of people to us personally, right? Okay, with ease. Wouldn't that be cool, right? That you're not having to chase people down, right, anymore, that they're actually attracted to you and motivated and uplifted and want to work with you? Yes, absolutely. Okay, so here's my tip for number 3, cold prospecting. All right, okay, I encourage you to start cold prospecting with the intent of building a relationship. I want you to start cold prospecting with the intent have a genuine conversation. I do not want you to cold prospect with the intent of sharing your products or with the intent of sharing your business. Okay? You might be thinking, well, Brian, what the heck? They're not even going to see what it is I do. Trust me on this one. Take my approach a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you watch the amount of people that will come back full circle because you reached out to them. Yes, you're still cold prospecting, but your motive, your intent is to simply connect with that person. Am I talking about a 45-minute Facebook conversation? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a 3 to 5, 6 to 7 minute conversation, maybe something along those lines. That's genuine, that's real, that's transparent. You are still cold prospecting, but your motive and intent is to connect with that person. You don't know them. You're talking for the first time. Break bread, right? Break the ice. You can't just slam people with our products and our opportunity. I don't care how good your products or comp plan is. If you take this approach, you would not believe the amount of people. Here's what I end up seeing happening in almost every case. That person starts to pay a little bit more attention to some of your posts. That person starts to, guess what? Interact a little bit, participate in some of the posts that you're making that are happy, motivating, pictures of your family, some things you're doing for you're traveling, having fun, whatever it is. Those people start to interact a little bit. They start to participate a little bit, okay? Now, not everyone is going to join your business, let's be honest, but more times than not, I have seen people come back to us maybe a week later, and maybe a month later, and maybe 6 months. I've had people come back 2 years later and say, Brian, man, we've been friends for a couple of years now. I just really appreciate the value, everything you bring. I mean, you're just real. You're just transparent. You're a family guy. You love the Lord. I just love following you. I just love tuning into a lot of the things you're doing. I'm really curious how I can get involved in what it is you're doing. I don't even care what it is. Just I'm looking for something else. I'm looking for a plan B. I'm looking for something. Do you see that's happened so many times I can't even count that high, but do you see the process in which I took in order to cold prospect? Cold prospecting to me is with the intent or motive to build a relationship. I personally, yes, sponsored lots of people, built organization of thousands of people. I personally hate selling. I don't like to sell people anything. I don't feel like we should have to sell anybody anything. We as humans don't like to be sold. When you go to the car dealership, when you go to the furniture store, you don't like that associate hounding you, trying to sell you something. You want to leisurely go in there, check out the furniture. You want to go down the car aisle and see what it is you like.
Like the car guys that are just like walking like this towards you, like all of them.
They're like magnets. I start running the other way. Sometimes I'll jump in a car, that they can't see, then just because you're hiding, I'm just like, get away from me, right? Okay. Think about this, right? Okay. What if you just took that genuine approach? Your cold prospects on social media. Maybe your mentor, your upline, your sponsor is teaching you to reach out to 2 or 5 or 10 new people a week or a day. That's great. Do it, but do it with the intent to build relationships. Next thing you know, your network is growing. Facebook allows you 5,000 friends. The majority of people I know on Facebook don't have anywhere near close to that, right? Continue growing your network. Your motive and intent should be the relationships, and then the things that you are posting, the value that you're contributing, the cool quotes, the family pictures, the vacations you're taking, maybe even a testimony about your product without showing your product or company name. Maybe something cool that your product did for you, a result that you can share that would still leave them to be curious. This is how you're going to start attracting a bunch of people to you and implement cold prospecting, I feel, the right way. With that, Jen, I'm going to kick it back to you. What do we got on that? That is probably one of my biggest nuggets I've ever shared.
Yes. And do you guys see how all of these 3 things all tie together? Because you could go out and start having regular, normal conversations, just making friends, getting to know people. But if you're bringing them back to a page that's full of spam and like billboard and advertisement, and I'm looking for 5 people, like they're going to know that you're just hunting. So it's really, it all ties together because you want to have a page full of value. I mean, think about why you're here tonight. You know, some of you, I think I might have just met today, or I haven't talked to in a really long time, but I'm able to reach out because I've created a relationship with you, and I don't have I'm not selling you anything. Like, I don't have anything else to give to you tonight other than just this value. But I'm just here to, my passion, and I kind of fall along the lines with Brian. Like, I really struggled for a long time in this industry, spamming and not understanding and not having leadership. So when I got my hands on this concept, and I am that person that's comfortable in front of a camera, I'm that person that's, I work off of my strengths, I'm that person that's okay with doing webinars. So I want to be that vehicle for people to learn from, because I didn't have that when I first got started. I was clueless, and here I am 12 years later, still building and working towards all my goals. So if I can help you guys cut that time in half by learning some of these concepts, or even cut it in, like, down even more than that, you know, that's what I'm here to do. And it doesn't really matter what company you're with. I mean, I talk to people in every company every day. And you know, it's funny because I had a conversation with one of my girls today that I work with, and she, you know, sometimes, like, people just don't know how to talk. They're like, well, I don't know what to say. What do I say here? It's like, just when you message, just don't, I'm not like, I'm looking to connect with like-minded people, like all that verbiage, like I don't even use it, because it's just, people know it's a pitch. So I just, hi, how are you? I saw, hey, I noticed you have kids. I have kids too. How old are your kids? Like, find a way to connect with people and give them a reason to want to talk to you. You know, it's like, talk to them as if you would walk up to them in a grocery store or at a party. You wouldn't walk up and say, hey, I'd love to chat with you because I like-minded people and we're wearing the same dress. Like, you wouldn't say that. You know, you would just have a conversation, and through that normal conversation, ask questions that you want people to ask you. Because that's how it works. That's how the mind works. You ask, what do you do? Where are you from? You have kids, you married. They're going to eventually ask, what do you do? And you're going to know what they do already. So you can say, hey, I ran, funny, you should ask. I teach, you know, people how to make money online. You know, I actually work with a lot of school teachers or whatever, you know, insert occupation. So you can, you know, just start building that relationship and offering value on the front end about, you know, a lot of times people, when you're posting pictures and your product this, product that, product this, you're not even saying, you're showing the feature, like you're featuring it, but you're not really saying the benefit. Like, it's better that you tell a story about what your product has done to change someone's life, or because people follow that story, or they can relate to it, but people don't relate to a bottle of lotion or a bottle of skincare. Like, they relate to a story. So that's, I mean, if you tie it all in together, guys, I mean, a lot of times I'll just go follow I always follow like 20 people a day. I'll find 20 new people a day to follow. And I just go follow. I might like a post if I see something I like, or maybe I'll send them a message on a day where I have some time. But sometimes I just want to follow them because you're now almost activating that person to you and saying, and then they can come back and see what's on my page and see what they resonate with. And then maybe a week later I'll message them, or maybe they'll message me, you know, and I can say, hey, thanks for connecting. You know, I saw some posts, you look like a cool person, wanted to connect, and just start having that normal conversation. That's my story.
That's some good wisdom right there, Jen. I like it.
Well, thank you.
Hey, I don't know about you, but for the folks that are tuning in tonight live, or maybe even seeing this replay, if they didn't get any value from this hangout right here, I don't know what to tell them, because I tell you what, I'm super pumped. Obviously, I can get long-winded. I'm super passionate, not only about network marketing, affiliate marketing, not only about social media, but about how the two come together, and how you and I and others can help other networkers, other, you know, internet marketers, what have you, shorten this learning curve. Because here's what I truly hope and pray that each and every person is watching this happens, is you experience the level of success that you deserve, the level of success that you want to achieve. That's my hope. I'm sure that's Jen's hope too, is for you guys to achieve the level of success that you want. If we can be a vital part to that, just by sharing value, and how instead of it taking you 2 or 3 months to learn something, you just learned it now in, you know, in an hour's time frame. Hey, that's great, right? If you start to implement some of the things that we've just taught, I would hope that you would maybe, and I would encourage you to come back to this video, maybe February 2nd, you know, what is it, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, the light bulbs went off for you, and you write this down, right? That in a week or 2 weeks, a month from now, you start having some success or experience some results by implementing some of the things we've taught. I would hope that you would come back and think about this video, come back and drop a comment below this video here on YouTube and just say, hey, I just wanted to share, appreciate Jen, Brian, the info that you just gave me. Here's my little story. Here's what I've been doing for the last week. Here's what I've been doing for the last 30 days. I've been implementing, doing what you've said, and I'm seeing this result already. How cool is that? So you may be watching the replay later. That just may be a call to action that I would encourage you to take.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're just here to help. And, you know, maybe I know I do Facebook profile reviews for people sometimes. So if that's something you're interested in, and the way that you can tell what's working is by the engagement that you're getting. And it's not just that you want to have a lot of likes and comments, but those likes and comments are going to be the people you can start having those conversations with and getting to know, and really starting to strengthen the relationship with those people. So, you know, if you're going back to your page and looking at your page and it's looking a little empty with not a lot of action or activity, that's a sure sign that, you know, you want to start embodying and embracing what we're telling you, because you'll notice your lifestyle posts always get more action. I mean, I've done posts where I just asked a question about a specific product that was not even my product, just a general product, and I was able to get a lot of engagement, like 50 something comments on it. And you know, from there, when you just lead with a general type of question that people can relate to, you now have an audience that you can go back and talk to and say, hey, I noticed you liked my comment, by the way. You know, if you're interested in this type of thing, then you can have that conversation on the back end. So this may seem like a longer process, but you guys, nobody gets rich quick. And there's a lot of people out there going broke trying to get rich with the traditional ways people are trying to do things, and it's not working. So that's what we're here to just help you guys out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, hey, Jen, maybe I mean, I'm just super excited with the amount of value that you and I just shared. I hope that all your listeners, all the folks that are tuning in live or maybe to the replay at a later time, I hope you guys took good notes. If not, watch it again. You know, maybe you did take good notes. Hey, watch it again anyways. Maybe you missed something while you were writing something down. I know a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge was shared here tonight. I know Jen and I, we're going to hook up more here online, do some more Google Hangouts like this. I think we're going to even do one as early as next week again. So if this is something you're interested in hopping on, being a part of, get some more value from, be sure to reach out to Jen immediately following this hangout, or if you're seeing the replay, reach out to her on Facebook or below the video in the comment section. We've got so much stuff we want to share, guys. So many more things. We would love it if you left a comment below the video. Give us your feedback. Let us know how we did. Did you get value from it? Maybe even drop some questions in the comments below. Ask us some more questions, maybe about some things that you would like us to cover in future hangouts like this. I think that would be a great thing. What about you, Jen?
Absolutely. And if we get really maybe next week, what we could do too is get a couple people in the hot seat and do some Facebook profile reviews for them, just so people could take some notes and kind of see some of the things that, you know, we look for when we're trying to connect with people that we want to work with. And it would just be a great way to not pick on anybody in any way. I mean, I love doing these because it's a lot of value, and it's just a way to get some constructive feedback for you to implement. And by the time the session's over, your Facebook will be all spruced up. So.
Absolutely. Well, there's so many exciting things coming in the next couple of weeks. I'm just excited to partner with you, Jen, and sharing a lot of this information, value, helping the network marketing community shorten this learning curve. I know that you and I have got lots of things coming up that they're definitely going to want to plug into. So I look forward to next week and excited to see more and more folks tune in there. And until next time, thank you again so much for hosting, putting this together, and thank you to each and every one of you viewers who tuned in to watch tonight's broadcast.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. You're awesome, and we'll see you soon.